Serbia ranked 21st by FIFA in the world. Serbia's involvement on the world stage is unique in that they were a part of Yugoslavia for quite some time. After 1998, they were then a part of the Serbia and Montenegro side. It would not be until the South African edition of the tournament that they were standing alone as their own sovereign nation. Championing their own footballing dream, FIFA has declared Serbia as the official successor of Yugoslavia, and thus attributes their history and records to the Serbs. Yugoslavia was a powerhouse in world football, participating in 9 tournaments, including the inaugural one, where they went out in the semis to the hosts and eventual champions. Making a nemesis of the West Germans, they would lose the 54 and 58 quarterfinals to them before gaining sweet revenge in the 62 Cup, by finally besting the Germans in the quarterfinal, only to lose to another nation that no longer exists in Czechoslovakia. 1974 was famous for Zaire being in their group and them winning 9-0 in their biggest victory ever. The West Germans were back for their own brand of revenge in that same tournament, unfortunately. Quarterfinals again in 1990, but their very last tournament as Yugoslavia in 1998 would see them face the Germans yet again and record a 1-0 over Iran and the United States of America, which was enough to face the mighty Orange and Dennis Bergkamp in the round of 16, but unfortunately it would result in a disappointing loss. In 2006, they were still known as Serbia and Montenegro, the only tournament where they were still attached. This tournament was a disappointing showing for a fledgling nation in flux and transition, and it saw them play 3 very strong teams and losing all 3 games to Holland, to Argentina, and then Didier Drogba and company from the Ivory Coast. In South Africa 2010, the Serbian nation was finally playing under their own flag. The badge on the crest only represented Serbia and no one else. A tough group with Ghana, Germany, and Australia was disappointing in the end, but they would beat the Germans in a shock result against the arch rivals of old. Unfortunately, losses in the other 2 matches would not prove enough to see them out of the group. Last time out for the Serbs started well against the Costa Ricans in Russia 2018 with a 1-0 win, but a somewhat surprising loss to Switzerland in the second game left them needing a massive result against the Brazilians. Never a good place to be in the World Cup. It wasn't meant to be in 2018, but the Eastern European nation will be back with a vengeance, no doubt. Alexander Mitrovic will be looking to history and the spirits of legends gone by, such as Dražan Jerković in 1962, whose 4 goals are still atop the goal scorers record books for the Serbians. The Yugoslavian legacy is a lot to live up to on the world stage, but the Fulham man is having a talismanic season in the Premier League and hopes to lead the nation in a tough group against familiar foes. A perfect chance for a World Cup revenge against the Brazilians and the Swiss, also a match against Cameroon wedged right in between. Many have picked the Serbians to be a surprise and a dark horse at the imminent World Cup.